I believe, as instructors, it is our responsibility to motivate and engage our students in their own educational journey. Now, certainly that's true for face-to-face and online environments as well. But as a teacher of online students, I have a suggestion for you. Draw in to your course design the Managed Heart strategy. Indeed, in teaching, we hold magical powers. The Managed Heart strategy is engulfed in what I term emotional presence. A managed heart approach involves emotion work for both the instructor and the online student. For the instructor, it means purposely inserting emotional presence in class assignments. For the student, awareness of emotion affords a shortcut to life experiences. One way I inject emotion is to tie a learning lesson to place. Place can be physical or digital, real-time presence or symbolic. I think of place as a social container, one in which we can see, hear, feel various elements of our collective lives. That's easy for me in sociology, but structurally it can be a way to just change lanes for a bit or provide an unusual metaphorical referent.
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.
I've been captivated with prisons for more than 30 years. The prisons I've visited, the people I've met, the experiences I've discovered are at the center of my research and thus become also woven into my classes. It offers so much about human behavior, institutions, power. It's really my passion. So what about emotional presence? In one assignment, Beyond Walls, I pair students with an inmate and they become writing partners for the full semester. Then we tour the prison. They meet their writing partner face to face. I have students write me years afterward acknowledging how that one encounter changed their worldview. Very powerful. I will never forget this one. Chris stood before my students on the tour and said, "When the officer slips that letter under my door, I know I'm alive." Sometimes I accompany students on field trips. Other times I use my own outings as to lay a foundation for a certain topic or lessons. This one is from an execution trip taking place in Texas, long story, but the trip inspired so many offshoots. I was so struck by this image that I developed a podcast series called Not Just a Number. I'll tell you about it sometime. If any one concept can ascend over place, it's people. Little do they know, but my students inspire me more than I can ever hope to influence them. But it's what keeps me going. Here are a few. Emotional presence is the outward expression of emotion, affect, and feeling. While it certainly can be manipulated in various ways, the best shortcut I've discovered is through bodily activities. A key element in the Managed Heart strategy is human contact, real or imagined. Emotional presence also allows me to answer an important question. So, what is it that you do? I like to reply, I train whistleblowers. A bonus to the Managed Heart effect, people make a difference. Students make a difference. This photo is one of my favorites. Yes, it's blurry, it's grainy, the lighting is terrible, but the face tells a story. Every semester in my intro class, I assign an exercise called Streets. I ask my students to become homeless for a day, reflect on their experiences, and then figure out what to do. Again, years later, students write about that event as life-changing in one way or another. Lessons, okay? What is the big idea? What can I offer you? A couple of things. Number one, research demonstrates that frustration as that disequilibrium, cognitive disequilibrium that's caused by emotion, can actually enhance metacognitive development and create opportunities for critical thinking, something we all encourage, right? Number two, it's relatively easy to do. Just take your students with you. And number three, and I learned this one the hard way, modeling is very important. So I finally took to the streets myself, and I learned a lot, but I also was able to be a better model for my students. Really important for us as teachers. I've been around long enough to know always finish on a positive note. Here are Lily, Alberto, and Julio, our three chamigos. Someday I'm going to write that children's book series, and they are the stars. They teach me through emotional presence every day. I was privileged to hear Mandy Harvey sing recently in America's Got Talent in Los Angeles. What you should know is that Mandy is 100% deaf and sings with 100% tonality and a skill. Watch.
Oh, please let me go. Don't you have something to say to me? Do what I can't, no matter how I try. Break my heart, set me free. Just tell me goodbye.
As Mandy Harvey expressed, music, like lifelong learning, is not just about hearing or seeing. You gotta feel it. Emotional presence will get you there. And just in case, it never hurts to have LAPD at your back and purple hair. Bye-bye.
You don't know what, it's a crazy, beautiful